Hello, hello. It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for joining us tonight. Want to give a huge salute to the major homies, Therese and Alex. How you guys doing on this Thursday?
What up? I'm doing good.
Good, good day to be Thursday.
Good day to be Thursday. You're right. Yeah. So if you have some St. Patrick's Day plans, let us know. If you celebrate that, I don't know. I feel like most people in the U.S. celebrate that stuff. So have fun. But either way, we're excited. This has been a very long time coming. We are finally jumping into Girls' Generation, which I'm super stoked about. Um, I don't know anything about Girls' Generation. I am baby to K-pop, so be light on me. But I am curious what people's thoughts are on Girls' Generation, how we're gonna see it out, all that sort of stuff. But what are you? How familiar are you guys with some Girls' Generation?
Um, this will be an interesting one because Girls' Generation for me is a group that I am very aware of. I think I know most of their music, or I've
Okay.
heard most of their music in passing at some point. But I really don't know much about them on more than a surface level. Like I don't really know names. I don't really know B-sides. I don't really know anything beyond their music.
Okay.
So be learning a lot as we go, I think.
Therese,
I
what
feel
about you?
like I'm even less of familiar with Girls' Generation. Like I know Taeyeon stuff mostly because she releases a lot of
Mm.
recent solo stuff. Um, but other than that, I know the debut song. I've never watched the music video. I haven't watched like most of these music videos. Or if I do know the songs or the music videos, I don't think I associated them with Girls' Generation because it would have been before I was following K-pop specifically. Like whatever would pop up on Pandora or something.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
really curious because obviously they're Girls' Generation. We are not the K-pop stands who should be on this stream because in a general sense, I feel like most K-pop stands either started with Girls' Generation or are familiar with their stuff post release.
I
Okay.
feel like it's kind of a mixed bag these days. I feel like there's definitely a lot of people who have been in the game with K-pop for forever who are super familiar with them. I think there's actually a lot of people also that are newer, like past couple of years K-pop, who are probably in a similar boat
Hmm.
to Brandon with them.
True.
Like don't really know much about them, just heard of them, or they hear like G or something.
True.
Um,
I think at least
so
for
yeah, I'm
a lot of the
curious.
people that we talk to in Twitch, hi Twitch, hi
Hello,
guys.
Twitch. Yeah. Hello.
We do have
Hello, everyone.
older fans with us, which is nice because they can
Yes.
call us out.
Woo.
So,
Need that.
yeah, I'm seeing like first K-pop video I saw was G, um, 32-year-old sewn bones are ready. um,
You're in good
yeah,
company. We're all the same age, roughly.
K-pop start was BoA and TVXQ. So yeah, so we have a good mix. Same, like mostly fourth gen stan. One person said, um, favorite girl group ever. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah. I
I
know.
think I got into K-pop um, when Party came out
Mm.
from Girls' Generation. Um, I think it's like 2015 ish or something.
Whew.
So I think I know everything after that. I remember coming out. Everything before that, I'm pretty sure I've just heard in passing over time, or heard because it's like a legendary song or
Sure.
Right,
viral
Yeah.
or something.
right.
It's a classic. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know much about Girls' Generation other than we did Taeyeon in one of our girls soloist run, and I was like, I like Taeyeon. She's sick. So, but yeah, beyond that, I don't really know too much else. So, this is gonna be a rude awakening for me, I'm sure. But I'm very excited because we're gonna be breaking this up into two parts. So, this is going to be the earliest stuff to maybe about roughly halfway. We have about 9 videos for you tonight. So, going to be really excited to delve into them, and then obviously get into like the back 9 at a future date. So hopefully you'll join us for part 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And just to kind of give everyone a little bit of a heads up of the songs we're going to be checking out today. Just because I know there will be questions, I know there will be confusion. We're not covering anything Japanese. We're not covering any like special tracks or like one-off thing. It's basically just like major Korean releases. We probably will get to like subunit stuff, solo stuff eventually, but we're gonna try to just get or make our way through like the main Korean major releases for now. So today we're going to be covering Into the New World, Girls' Generation, U, G, Genie, O, Run Devil Run, Hoot, and The Boys.
Ooh, okay.
If anyone, and there are 9 additional after we will cover on the next Girls' Generation stream. And then people can let us know, what we're missing, what we should still check out after that. Obviously, I think the solo stuff and the subunits and all that kind of stuff is definitely on our list. But if there's like Korean videos we're missing, definitely let us know.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely let us know, as well as that. If you are watching this on YouTube, let us know as well too. We'd love to kind of get a little bit of a better perspective on that. But yeah, we will. Hopefully, this will not be. We'll break it off a little bit more as well, and so yeah, hopefully you'll be joining us for that journey as well. But I feel like we gotta start it off now, which is this debut, Alex? This is Into the New World. Is this the song they debuted with?
That is their debut, 2007.
Woo! All right, taking that time machine. So let's go. All right, Into the New World. Okay. Squad rolled up. got a couple more seconds.
Oh.
Oh, it's just wow. They don't do the teasers anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I know it didn't happen.
Yeah,
Anyway.
back in 2007.
That didn't happen in 2007. Either way, this is Into the New World. Apologies for the the issues already, but man, what an iconic track that I didn't know before, but now I'm enjoying it. So I guess I'll start since I'm the newest to all of this. I love this. This is great. This is really like melodic, really vibey. I also really enjoyed that like dance break. I'm pretty sure Wildcott 97 said it was someone we had mentioned and got the beat. So definitely appreciate that a lot. But I'm always really curious to check out some of these older groups because I feel like when I initially started doing this, I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling these like the older songs, and that's not to say that they're not great, but obviously didn't have the knowledge I feel like I possess now at least. But yeah, this is really just a great. I think it's a great starting point for people that maybe again haven't heard of Girls' Generation prior to this. I think obviously I always expect people to hopefully start off at debut, but I think this one. I'm curious to see where they go. I think with every group we get into, I'm always just kind of curious on how much they change or how much they kind of integrate and how they kind of fit in the overall space at the given time. And kind of, I guess, at least putting it a little bit more into modern perspective in terms of the groups that I've listened to, because majority of the stuff that I've listened to is mostly in like third and fourth gen, I would argue. But yeah, this is awesome. Great vocals. I think it was the thing that interests me the most is like the way that the songs were written back in 2007. I think they're just written in a different way that just feels like unique to the time, but I also feel like it's really interesting to see how like the vocals are kind of portrayed in a song like this, where you get to hear like really cool like nuances, different kind of like vocal you get to hear a little bit more vocal play, which I really appreciate a lot. And I think there is some really cool like vocal moments. I can't really kind of point out a specific point, but I guess more if I had to kind of really put my nail to it, it would probably be like that last chorus where you could hear different like vocal melodies going off and everybody was kind of like doing their own thing. So yeah, I love this. This is a great starting point. So I can understand why people think that this is a very iconic song for this group. So definitely well worth starting off with this one. But who wants to go next?
I'll go next because I want to play off of the iconicness of the song. When I first learned about this debut, I remember it was through people talking about how it was the greatest K-pop debut to ever exist. And so with that expectation, I went into Spotify to listen to the song. And it's honestly kind of surprising as a newer fan to see those comments, because it doesn't have like a super high buildup the way that a lot of the third, fourth gen music might, but it does still give you that like warm and fuzzy feeling inside. I get it now. I think listening to it more and more, it's like it's just there's something. They have that special something, that secret sauce, that the sparkly sounds that Alex mentioned in our last video. And it does. It just makes you feel good and nostalgic. The best. It honestly, rather than it reminding me of like other girl groups in K-pop, it reminded me the most of like really early Western girl groups. Like I don't know if you know the Swedish group Play.
I do not.
I loved Play, and they had a lot of similar like sounds, aesthetics in this song. and it kind of brought me back to like Cheetah Girls. It's like that kind of nostalgia. That's what it reminds me of more so than like, I don't know, G Friend or A Pink or any of the other girl groups we've checked out. So I think there's a reason why Girls' Generation became like the first big global K-pop group, because it was already integrating with other sounds that existed at that time. But this song is crazy in the sense that it's not that crazy, but it makes you feel crazy. And I also really like how all the vocals are sort of it's a lot of, what's the word, ensemble vocals where with
Yeah.
everyone singing at the same time, and I think that's what adds to it. So
Agreed.
It's interesting because to kind of piggyback on what you're saying about like the ensemble vocals and like the group vocals, it definitely gives it more of that I want to say like youthful vibe, like that kind of like which it's interesting because when I hear this song, the song for me feels really like foundational. I think that's like the word I could come up with.
That's a good one. Yeah.
While you guys were talking, the song just feels very foundational because it is definitely its own thing, especially at the time, 2007 when it came out. It's definitely by far its own thing. But I think going back with all the knowledge we have now, it feels like you can hear where K-pop has built off of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can hear a lot of what we're listening to now and a lot of like things that have carried over in time from hearing these older Girls' Generation songs. And I think this song is, like I said, super foundational because I've heard this sound from groups that are active now, you know, new groups. It definitely is really interesting to go back and hear that in full because I've heard this song covered by a million groups. I've heard this played in like all sorts of videos, variety of stuff. I don't think I've ever watched the music video, or I'm sure I have listened to the whole song in full, but this is maybe like my first time like fully consuming it 100% focused attention on it. And it just feels really like nostalgic, but I wasn't listening to K-pop or anything like when it came out. So it like theoretically shouldn't have that nostalgic feeling for me, but I think it does just because as a testament of like the quality of the song and like the feeling they were able to communicate through it. And just, I guess having that knowledge now of like what this song stood for and what it like stands for, I guess has maybe gotten in my head somehow. So yeah, on the actual song itself, I thought it was really fun. I thought the use of like the live instrumentation, like the, you know, has like guitar and like live instrumentation. It has some parts that are very like I don't know how to describe the genre. It has some like funky parts in it. But I don't know what genre I would put this in. It's almost in a sense what I would consider now like a slow rock ballad.
Oh,
okay.
It's not, it's really not, but I think if I were to categorize it like with what's currently being released, I think I would put it there. So something I thought that was really interesting about this was how hard the choreography went for how not hard the song goes.
I respect it
in like a newer perspective.
Yeah.
I really liked Hyo's dance break. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I've heard it before, but I didn't know she had like a whole staircase dance break scene. And I thought I think it was Taeyeon doing some of those high vocals towards the end. She sounded great. She obviously is a insane vocalist, so I'm sure I will keep referencing her vocals throughout the night. Partially because I don't know that I know too many faces of Girls' Generation. She's one of them.
I did not recognize a single person.
I don't know
it's tough from 2007. It's very tough. So everyone in the chat that is very familiar, we're gonna probably be asking for your help with names and faces a lot.
Yes, please. That would be.
It was the same with Red Velvet, and I know a lot of the Red Velvet members.
Yeah.
But I was like, who are these people?
Who are you? Oh my god. Well,
Styling really matters.
that is true. Sweetly, good luck. We'll catch you on the YouTube video, I'm sure. But yeah, yeah, I think it's interesting, especially coming from where I'm at and listening to newer groups. It's like I felt nostalgic listening to this track, even though I've never heard it before. Like, this is literally the first time that I've listened to this song, but it just had this like inherent like thought in my head was like, you already have like some sort of feeling to this song already, and you like are just listening to it in real time right now. So I think that again shows the testament of their power as a group already. So I'm very curious to see what else is cooking for Girls' Generation, which, speaking of which, I think we're going to move on to the next one. So, which is going to be, I'm going to just skip ahead
Girls'
here.
Generation.
Is it actually Girls' Generation? That's great. Very
Girls'
cool.
Generation.
All right, let's get into Girls' Generation. Second song.
I'm so happy they're wearing shirts with their names on it.
In English, like in Romanized.
Ooh. That was so sick. I will say that it felt a little abrupt, but either way, this is Girls' Generation, and their song "Girls' Generation," so very appropriate.
All right, you guys pointed out this is a cover or a remake of a
Oh,
song from uh
Oh.
Shawalex said this song is a remake of a song from 1989. FYI, do you know
mm,
what the song is? Because I'm assuming that's what is written there, maybe, but I can't read code.
can't either. So
Anyways, this is really cool. I did not know it was a remake, so it doesn't really change much, I guess. But um, well, it doesn't really change much on my opinion.
sure, yeah.
I thought this is fun. I thought that it definitely it shares a lot of aspects from their debut as far as like the instrumentation goes and like what they like choosing to use instrumentally and for like the backtrack and almost as well like a similar sort of like pace that the song feels like it's going at. Um, but this one definitely feels like it's way more vocally demanding.
Mm,
It definitely feels like it has a lot more of like a vocal showcase vibe to it. Which I don't even know where I would begin with trying to tell you guys whose vocals I thought were great. I could not begin to name try to match up the name to the vocals for
sure,
this,
yeah.
especially like how the way some of these shots were cut. I could not even see the face of the person singing for some of them. But the vocals were great. The vocals are super impressive. Obviously, I've pointed out that Taeyeon's voice I can hear very clearly. I feel like she has a super sharp voice. Her voice cuts through instrumentation so well. I think even obviously to this day. So I think she has a really recognizable voice, and feel like Hyoyeon I also can pick her voice apart pretty well typically because she also has a unique voice. Uh, the rest of them I'm gonna have a little more trouble with, but overall, general feeling the song was really pleasant to listen to, like really easy on the ears. Like it's nice just hearing like how vocally talented they are, especially after that last song, which had its obviously like, it had its vocal moments and it was great, but it was also a lot of like group singing and a lot of
Mm,
like uh it felt like and I think people in the chat also describe it. It has like that anthemic vibe because it
Mhm.
basically has been adopted as the de facto Korean national anthem, um, their debut song. So this one definitely has more of I think it's a little bit more separation from that in like the vocal department. So that's all
Yeah.
I got. I feel like I'm rambling. Also, I wanted to point out that I thought the keyboard parts were sick, especially that little
keyboard.
keyboard riff that came up a couple
Yeah, but
times. I thought that was really cool.
yeah, yeah,
I
that's
was
sick.
gonna mention, I didn't know that Girls' Generation had a little band stint like Wonder Girls. Um,
Wow, cool.
that's news to me. But I really like it. I think it's cute. Um, it looked like they were actually playing, but I'm not an expert on that. I really like this song. It doesn't surprise me that it's a cover or that it's a remake because I was the entire time I was like, this song is too much of a banger to go unnoticed, like or to I don't know, like it seems like a tried and true song, sort of something
Yeah.
that you would hear at the end of a concert on loop.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. As everyone's leaving, yeah.
yeah,
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 yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I'm definitely going to check out the original because damn, and I'm going to listen to the Girls' Generation version too because Kenzie's good at mixing. But
Um, on that, Walcott did mention it's the song. The group's name is based on the song "Girls' Generation" by Lee Sung-chul,
mhm.
Nice.
which is what this is a cover of.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
very
I don't
nice.
think we said
We
the
did
name,
not.
but
Nope. But we
gonna
did
check it
now.
out. I already had it in my Spotify search.
Oh,
Um
nice.
I know you said you weren't going to point out specific vocals. I'll point out specific vocals that I noticed because I thought it might have been Taeyeon singing, but it was actually Tiffany, and I was like, "Damn, I didn't know." I didn't know the lungs that girl has. So really good stuff. Really good beat. Really good performance in general. I think their choreography, having it being like a huge choreography video, is the best. Obviously, stays true to today.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I guess not much else to say.
All right.
Solid song.
Guess it's my turn here. I loved the instrumentation of this track. It was really, really sick. I think for me specifically, I really enjoyed, like, as Alex mentioned, the keyboard stuff was really sick, but I think like the overall instrumentation of the track is what really kind of like originally got me into the song, and then obviously their vocals as a whole just kind of like took off and just like made the song that much better. There's one part, and maybe someone in chat can let me know who it is, but there was like a specific section of, oh boy, I think we might be out again. What the hell's going on tonight? Can you guys still hear me?
I think it's back. Nope.
Oh,
Maybe.
we're losing it. We're losing it tonight.
Is this like a Twitch issue?
I don't know.
generally?
I had no idea. We're gonna hold it out here, I guess. See if we're good. Okay, I'm looking at my screen here. I think we're okay. Not out, but choppy. Okay.
Choppy.
Thanks, Shoop. I think for me it was kind of like I appreciated the like vocal tones, but there was one specific section in, I believe, like the first verse. There was kind of like a mid-range like vocal tone that I really appreciated, and I can't figure out who it is. So if maybe someone in chat could let me know on who that might be. But they had kind of like a nice like a warm tone. So that would probably be just my best estimation on who you might think it is. But as well as that, there was also a really, really cool vocal part in the, I believe it was either like the last part of the bridge or maybe like the beginning part of the for the last chorus, but there was like some really cool like vocal stagnation that they had going on with like 3 different vocalists, and they all sounded really great. So I wanted to give them a shout out as well. I again don't know any of the members of Girls' Generation, but if you know who they are, let me know and I will give them a shout out. But yeah, that was really, really fun. I also did not know it was a cover song, but I think the way that they kind of went about it was really, really interesting. And I really would have to listen to the original to see how it kind of compares, I guess, per se. But I think given the other song that they did, it does feel like they put their own like spin and flavor on it. So love to see that. So very cool. I don't know if we have anything else, but I think we're gonna move on to the next one here, which is gonna be,
Yeah, I'm ready.
which it looks like we're gonna be is Kissing You. So very excited. Do apologize for the stream. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to figure out what's going on in the next video.
I'll have to talk to Twitch.
We'll have to talk to Twitch.
Yeah.
They
Call
don't
him
want
up,
us,
Alec.
They don't want us to. They don't want us to talk about Girls' Generation, I think. So
Our,
we'll make
our
sure.
connection is fine. I don't understand what the issue is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll have to figure it out. But either way, let's get into Kissing You next. Oh, we are losing. Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know what's going on with OBS. And I also see my like Twitch stream is like severely behind. So I don't know what's going on. Am I going to have to reset? I'm going to find out.
Let us know if you guys want us to reset or if we
Yeah, let us know. I'll go and shut my router off and fix it. Could be my connection.
I think it might be a Twitch problem. Our internet's good right now.
Everyone said might reset. Reset might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know.
We got
yeah.
the time.
Try to hold out. I'm just gonna see if it looks good. If you guys think we're good, let us know in chat, and we'll start. Yeah, it could be Twitch, or it could just be OBS. Honestly, but I don't know if I have an update or anything, but I don't think so. If we're good, give us a thumbs up in the chat, and we'll start on the next one. Buffer again. Great. All right, I'm gonna reset this then, I think.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be back.
All right, we'll be right back.
Prism 5 says the stream's fine, so I don't know. I haven't had buffering for a while. Okay. I
Or
might
we'll
just
keep
be
going.
fine. We'll keep it going. Never mind. We'll keep pressing on. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, here's the next song. This one's Kissing You. Hopefully we're in the clear here. Of course, it's got to be on Girls' Generation. Don't want to get into the next one. Got a little carried away here. All right, cool. That is the next song from Girls' Generation. Very, very nice.
Kissing you.
Therese, you want to start it this time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I was excited because I already picked a bias.
Uh,
I don't know who she is, but she's cute.
uh, oh,
It was whichever member had her hair like up on one side in a bun and the rest was kind of like down.
I'm gonna try
But
to go
yeah,
back.
I think she's cute. She grabs my attention. Um, this is a really cute song. I really like the rooms that they're filming in, like the polka dot room, of course, even though it's super washed out, but that's just a thing in the older K-pop. Yeah, that member. Um, and I really like the garden gnome room with like the punch blocks background and Sooyoung. Okay, gonna look into her. And the giant mushrooms. That was very Mario, but I think it was meant to be garden gnome. um, and the song itself is really like it's the melody is recognizable but surprising, if that makes any
Mm,
sense.
okay. Yeah. Feel.
Um, it sounds like something I would be able to predict where the sound is going, but then they kind of change it a little, which makes me a little surprised and gives me that serotonin boost. But it always comes back to like the basic chords and melody, and I really like it. I think it's good melody writing, good songwriting. Obviously, we don't have lyrics yet because that's just older K-pop video things, but
Yeah.
um, it was it was a very lighthearted love song motif, and I appreciate those kinds of songs.
Okay. Um, I think I agree
Oh,
with all of your
interesting.
points, Therese. Except this song for me, uh, I don't dislike the song, but I also just I don't really love it that much. Um, I feel like I don't think I've heard this before. I guess that's where I'll start. This song I've never heard this before, and this is, as
Mm.
far as I know, like a title track, I think. Um, which like had me thinking, um, before I started talking, is like, why haven't I heard this before? And then I was looking at the chat, and some people were talking about, um, like this one not being super popular, didn't chart super well, on release. So I don't know if that's like a testament to the song, or if it's just like it didn't hit the right market or something. I don't know, but whatever, for whatever reason it didn't like quite pop off like their previous songs had in Korea. I think I'm feeling that same thing. Like it's not a bad song in it by any means, but it also just doesn't like it doesn't really hit like the first couple we checked out did for me, or the songs that are coming up that I'm more familiar with. Um, and it's like I said, it's nothing like there's nothing wrong with it. Like the vocals are great. I think I looked it up and I really liked Sunny's vocals.
Mm. Okay.
In this, she I think had like two kind of bun things on the side. Um, who and that's a member I've never really seen before, like noticed outright or really knew anything about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool to like have somebody to take more interest in with their vocals. Um, but yeah, not too much more I can really say about this one.
Yeah, I think for me, oh boy, are we out? Oh, never mind. Um, I feel like for myself, this song was solid. I don't think there's really, to me, when I'm thinking about it, it just kind of felt like everyone had some really like fun vocal parts. I think the musicality, like the instrumentation, was really cool. Um, but as well as that, I don't know. I felt like it was just kind of like a really solid working of song, but it wasn't like one that I feel like the other two kind of like stuck out to me a little bit more. Like it was like, oh, like when I think of like, obviously very new into girls' generation right now, but I feel like the other two songs were like, oh, I understand like why they're title songs. I understand like their appeal. I mean, I don't know if that like revamped version of that song was a title track or not for them, but I think this song does some really interesting stuff, but it just kind of like it's a solid song. There's nothing really that I'm like, oh my god, like it's nothing like out of the park that I feel like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like insane. But I think overall it was just kind of well written, and I enjoyed the way that they kind of went about this process for this song. But yeah, I don't really have anything like crazy to say about the song, but I don't think I have anything like bad to say about it either. It's just kind of like it's a very solid Girls' Generation song, and people I think in chat were saying it was kind of like more of a, I don't know if they were referring to this song being like a B-side track. I thought Prism said it wasn't a title track technically, it was more like a B-side that got an MV and is more of a follow-up single. It wasn't the start of a new era. So so that makes sense.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah, so appreciate that. I think it does kind of have, it does kind of feel a little B-sidey, but like in a good way. Like I think it's a song that I would definitely be putting on and enjoying regardless. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a fine B-side.
Yeah. I would agree. So all right. Well, let's get into the next one. We're going to get into the next one here. Hopefully no whammies here. I'm going to find out. But this next one is G. So looks like a remastered.
And it's remastered, thank goodness.
Oh, let's go. All right. Let's get into it.
I need 4K Girls' Gen.
With captions.
Oh, we know that guy. Oh, I know. I don't.
I don't.
You will.
Listen, boy. My first love story. My angel and my girls. My sunshine. Let's go. 너무너무 멋져 눈이 부셔 숨을 못 쉬겠어 달리는 girl. baby baby. 너무 부끄러워 쳐다볼 수 없어 사랑에 빠졌어 수줍은 girl. baby
Nice. All right. That was Girls' Generation G. If you're just joining us, very cool.
All right,
Damn.
Oh,
Brandon has to go first.
I have to
for
go
this one.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I was almost going to recommend that I should go first. Man, I didn't. This is what I feel like K-pop is. Like, if you had told me before I even started doing this, this is what K-pop is, that's what I would think. You know, like this is inherently what I think would be K-pop. You know, like it has like the sugary, it's got the like bubble gummy, it's got just it exudes K-pop music. You know what I mean? But in arguably the best way. I think if we did Girls' Generation early on in the early days of doing the K-pop stuff, I feel like I would probably hate this song. But since now we've been doing this a lot more, I definitely appreciate this song for what it is and obviously what it has done for Girls' Generation, and I can understand the catchy aspects of this song because this song is definitely really like ear candy. It's got like a great hook to it, and like I'm gonna be hearing G G G G G G G for like the rest of today and probably tomorrow.
Your life.
My life, yeah, the rest of my life. I'm actually just gonna get G tattooed onto me for just for semblance sake. But yeah, no, it was really really interesting. I thought the pacing of the song was very quick. Like the drum, like the drum beat has this like insane sort of like high tempo to it, which is really interesting. As well as that, just like again the vocal stagnation between like all of their different vocals and being able to hear like specifically like each member kind of individually, but also in the like an ensemble sort of sense. Like they have, I don't know who had done the production for Girls' Generation at the time, but I think they had a really great job of knowing where certain vocals need to sit, where they need to ad lib, where they need to do this. And Alex had mentioned in a previous song being like very foundational. I think that is something you hear throughout other groups, and how like foundational some of the vocal styling in those groups are as well. So I appreciate what they have done for K-pop, certainly, and I think this song is definitely a banger for sure. I think it'll only grow on me that much more as I'm sure as the time has gone on. Time will go on. So yeah, I like this one a lot. This was a great one.
I'm glad we waited to do Girls' Generation for so long because I think I agree with what you said. I don't think you would get it.
I would not. No, for sure.
Had we like started with Girls' Generation.
Oh, it would have been bad. Yeah.
Oh no.
Because I think there is like so much context that you get from listening to like where the industry is at now and where music is at right now, and then going back and seeing like kind of the foundation and the building blocks that sort of got it to where it's at. It makes it so much more clear to see, because you can this song really derives into like everything that is K-pop today, essentially.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, this song is basically like the core building block, at the bottom of the K-pop pyramid. I think, in my opinion, probably most people's opinion. And the funny part about this song for me is like I don't even know what I like about it. It like if I try to break it down on like a musical level, or like listen to it with headphones only and think about it, I don't even know what it is I like about it. It's like it's got like the catchiness, the like the hook that you can just repeat to yourself and get stuck in your head the whole time.
Yeah.
It's super bubbly. It's pretty quick tempo wise. It's like a little bit fast paced. It feels really upbeat and like high energy, and I think that all adds to like that early bubblegum K-pop vibe that is like really feel good. And like I think you mentioned like exactly what you think K-pop would be. So I think that it all sort of comes together in like a melting pot that just makes it really good. And I'm not really able to pull out single ingredients and tell you why they're so good, but as like a whole, it's like a perfect dish.
Mhm.
That's a good analogy.
If I can make a food analogy. So
We did say
yeah,
sugary,
that's all.
so we're just keeping on with
It's
the
very
trend.
sugary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got.
Therese?
Super sweet, super bubblegum. By definition, I should not like this song, but I love this song.
Wow, we got a
Um,
three for three, baby. Let's go.
yeah, this is a perfect song. I think I can tell. I think I could speak to what I like about the song specifically. I love the lyrics and the way that the tempo works with the lyrics.
Mm.
Like, because what we talked about in, I forgot which video we watched, where I was like, it feels like what they're saying doesn't quite match the music that's going on, like the syllables don't line up. This is the instance where the syllables are perfectly aligned. We're in a perfect structure. When they do the punccha, I love that word because it's so good for singing in K-pop, which just means like sparkly, I think. Sparkle, sparkles. It's perfectly like, it's putting that punch that you need in there, and then the G is like bringing you down, like smoothing it out a little. It's creating like the perfect highs and lows that you're looking for. Like if someone were to get the audio clippings of this file, it'd be beautiful,
Gorgeous,
That'd
yeah.
be tattoo material. Get the audio file of G just tattooed all over your arm.
I don't know
Um,
about that.
no, do it.
I'm definitely not gonna do that.
So yeah, I think it's, and it I could tell why it went popular, because it's one of those songs that doesn't need I mean, I know we have the lyrics now, but it didn't need the lyrics. Like, you don't need to know what they're saying to have a good time with it and to dance
Sure,
with it.
yeah.
Which is probably why there's so many onomatopoeia songs in K-pop now. If you think about it, like la
Oh,
la
yeah.
li la la, and like all of the good onomatopoeia songs.
It only
Yeah,
took
this is
one
for
G,
sure.
and then it all went
They
downhill.
only needed to do the one G.
And it
You
all
knew
went
exactly
uphill.
which G.
Yeah.
I just think it's really cute, and I think it's one of those songs that ages so well. Like, this is still so catchy and still current. It
Yeah,
doesn't sound super dated.
Yeah, 2009. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's. I think that's what's crazy to me is like, and that's why I felt like I 100% agree with Alex. I'm glad we just didn't tackle Girls' Generation out the gate, because I think I would like it would make sense. Like I wouldn't be able to understand like why certain groups are so foundational, and I'm hoping to tackle more into the like really foundational groups that kind of, obviously shaped and molded K-pop to what it is today, and obviously, going further. So if you have any other groups that you feel like molded K-pop, let us know, and maybe we'll tackle them next. But it to me is always interesting, and I think even like, again, listening to while on the screen here is Taeyeon's like 2X, which is like an album that I put in my favorites of last year. So like I think for me to understand where Taeyeon has come from, as well as like obviously some of the other members of like Girls' Generation, I think it gives me a lot more perspective on like the type of talent and like, obviously like fortitude to be still doing K-pop music after many, many, many years of doing it. I think it's a true testament of that. So really, really love to see it. I mean, even like shout outs to Walcott. They said that I know they got 9 consecutive wins on music videos, and their record wasn't broken until Psy's Gangnam Style in 2012. And then also it became the first girls group music video to achieve over 100 million views on YouTube, which is like, I think, again, showing the testament of how crucial, how important they are, and, formative.
Yeah, they were the most successful K-pop group ever of their time, like ever in general. But and I wanted to mention, because Youthful Eagle pointed out the choreo is so iconic.
Oh.
And they were doing that in the highest stilettos I've ever seen on a K-pop member.
True.
I was
True, true,
so
Cooking.
impressed. I mean, I don't even I don't even like try to walk around in those things. But like I also what I really want to see now is more like mall concept music videos because I didn't realize I missed the aesthetic of like early 2000s malls.
Yep.
And I don't want them to be run down IU full of like an empty pile of clothes in a post-apocalyptic world. I want the cute
And an
early
evil red
2000s
cube.
mall.
Keep evil red cubes out of the malls.
It was a beautiful music video. I loved IU's music video. I just missed the really cute mall aesthetic.
That's fair.
You missed that like that 09 Hollister aesthetic.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Youthful, hopefully we'll tackle Big Bang soon. I know we've gotten a lot of comments about it, so especially talking about G-Dragon and the male soloist stuff. I feel like there's a need, there's a need there, so we'll try to meet that need.
Citizen taking a back Soteji stream. I don't know when we would get around to Soteji and the boys, but it's a need. It's a need.
It's a need. We'll do it. Well,
they were literally like the first K-pop group.
Are they really? Oh
yes.
Man. So yeah, we might.
Oh, Boa. Oh wait.
We did
some Boa.
We did some Boa.
Yeah.
Got the beat.
Yeah. And I actually went through all of her music videos on my own because I was like fangirling, and I was like trying to pick the perfect music video, and I was like, damn.
You were like, this is
she
tough.
She just did it differently. Yeah, it was.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well,
Boa released new music. Boa released new music like last year, and I was going into it thinking like, no way, Boa is still killing it. And then I listened to the new music video. I was like, why is it so good? Why is she still so good?
For real.
Did we watch that one, Therese?
No, we watched an older one. I think we watched Woman.
We did. Yeah.
I mean, I say older. It's really not that old.
It's not that old.
She has like
in the grand scheme of Boa. In the grand scheme of Boa, it's not old.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let us know in the comments of this video when it goes live. Let us know who you feel like is a pillar K-pop group that I should listen to and check out here live, so you can get my reaction. So. Either
now
way,
that we get it, now that we understand K-pop.
Now that I'm cooking, all right. So now here, Chef Brandon's here tonight. But either way, we're gonna move on to the next one. It's Genie. Okay, perfect. And this is, I have no idea what generation we're in. No pun intended for girls' generation. Yeah. So let us know in the chat here. But let's get into Genie. Oh, we getting the 4K shit? All right, let's go.
I think SM went back and remastered a ton of their older stuff.
Yeah, they've been doing that for their older stuff. But only the popular
SM's
older
done
stuff.
in years.
That's right. Come on.
소원을 말해봐. 네 마음속에 있는 작은 꿈을 말해봐. 네 머리에 있는 이상형을 그려봐. 그리고 나를 봐. 난 너의 지니야. 꿈이야. 지니야. 그림판을 타고 달려봐. 넌 내 옆자리에 앉아. 그저 내 헷갈림 속에 모두 던져. 가슴 벅차 터져버려도 바람결에 날려버려도 지금 이 순간 세상은 너이다. 그래요 난 널 사랑해. 언제나 믿었고 또 열정도 다 주고 싶어. 난 그대 소원을 이뤄주고 싶어. 난 지겹지 않니 평범한 생활에 넌 묻혀버렸니 이제 그만 깨어나 넌 나의 superstar shining star superstar 충격 소리 같은 떨림에 할리에 내 몸을 맡겨봐 이제 이 세상은 오직 너의 무대 눈물 소리 같은 파도가 내 가슴에 너의 재준이 나는 너의 길 영원한 biggest fan 그래요 난 널 사랑해 언제나 믿어도 열정이 가지고 싶어 난 그대 소원을 이뤄주고 싶은 눈의 여신 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your boy 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your wish 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your dream 내게만 말해봐 I'm genie for your world 소원을 말해봐
Oh, cooking.
DJ put it back on 그래요 난널 사랑해
That was sick.
언제나 믿어도 열정도 다 주고 싶어 난 그대 소원을 이뤄주고 싶은 눈의 여신 소원을 말해 난 그대를 사랑해 나의 뮤직은 지니게를 사랑해 넌 나의 길 네가 가는 소원 속에 마지막 난 너의 진이 내게 들어줄게 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your boy 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your wish 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your dream 내게만 말해봐 I'm genie for your world 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your boy 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your wish
All right, guys. That was Genie from Girls' Generation. Very exciting.
Another classic.
Another classic, yeah. I'd agree.
This song, it gives me like a certain type of nostalgia. Not really anything to do with the song specifically, but it's like the instrumental or the music behind this is the exact type of music that I would like rush home from work in 2000 or rush home from school in like 2010 and open up my Dell laptop and open up FL Studio 9 and like make these kind of beats.
This is oddly
like-
specific.
Yeah, like in my bedroom after dinner's ready before bed. It was like these type of like I don't know, Lady Gaga-esque like
Yeah.
early or
Yeah.
late 2000s
Yeah.
kind of really simple house songs with like these kind of I mean it's such a simple house beat with like the like the most basic instrumentation as possible. But I think that it's fine. I think the song's fun. I think it has like it's another one of their iconic songs. I think it's one that I'm somewhat familiar with. I feel like I've heard it a million times. And it's fun. I think it's just, you know, it does what it needs to do. It has like a really earwormy chorus.
Yeah.
The music video is great. Like the choreo looks really fun. The outfits are good. It's a little bit more I don't want to say like mature or like a
Mature.
more serious concept, but it's a little less loud.
Bubblegum.
Right. It's a
definitely
little
not
less
bubblegum, yeah.
yeah, it's a little roped in. Maybe it's a little less like eccentric and loud and like Hollister Mall vibey, which is cool. I can
Bring us
definitely
back to the
tell.
mall.
Yeah, I could definitely tell what era this is because of like the hairstyles.
Oh.
It is
Yeah.
like what era like in time, because everyone had these sort of hairstyles at a certain time, and it's funny like going back and listening to all this older stuff, and I can kind of just assume I know where we are based on like what hairstyles everyone was rocking at the time. Because this is, I'm
Yeah.
assuming this is like 2010-ish. It has to be.
I think someone actually put it in the chat. Let me see if I
14
see
years
it.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
easy. June 2009.
June 2009. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, just close enough.
You're pretty
Yeah.
spot on. Yeah.
I'm glad you pointed out the house beat because I was immediately going to call it out as soon as I heard it. I was like, "Oh, okay." It's
my
almost
God.
like it's so roped in. It's almost too basic for me, especially now with my maximalist tastes.
Yeah, well, I think anyone listening to it now would this sounds like kids' first self-produced house song because where production has
Baby's
gone.
first
Right.
house song.
But I
yeah.
think had you listened to it back then, I think the closest thing I could stick with is it really sounds like an older like Lady Gaga production,
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
which is for the time was
Yeah.
good. But I think now we look back at it and it's like, oh, that's like a weirdly simple house beat.
Sure.
Yeah, I there's nothing against that. It's just like I wouldn't listen to it a ton now. Like it's not going to enter any playlists. I feel like I missed the hype after G.
That's fair.
But
Yeah.
it's still a solid track. I do think this has some of the best performance aspects that we've seen in the music videos. Because I like the other songs and I like their choreography, but this one feels more professional.
I
And
would
maybe
agree.
that's just
Yeah.
by the, matureness of the concept. They're able to do a little more with all of those legs. Goddamn. But it's good. It's just not something I'd listen to now, of
That's
course.
fair. Yeah.
I really like the POV sleepover that was going on. Like
And they're
holding
throwing a
on to the
cake into
pillow.
the yeah.
Yeah. That's a sleepover I want to go to
Yeah.
for
Hey.
sure.
Shit. Yeah.
It felt like a Mean Girls sleepover, or not Mean Girls, but like if the popular girls invited you to their sleepover and you find out they're all actually really nice. That's what it felt like.
Aw, wholesome. Yeah.
Also, securing my Sooyoung bias because she that short hair is definitely a standout for me with
Fair.
her performance aspects. So
Wait, is she the one that had like that kind of wolf cut
yeah,
sort of style? Oh yeah, I noticed that. That was cool.
yeah.
All right. For me, I feel like I agree with like the instrumentation. It's like it's not crazy, but it doesn't have to be, Like I don't expect them to just pop off, you know what I mean? Like I feel like what I got out of this music video was like their performance. Like they are just the stage presence is like over 9,000 in this music video. You know what I mean? Like it was something really impressive to see how like they like shift and do like different formations and stuff like that. It was really impressive. And then I know Therese pointed it out in the last music video, but like I just see these girls on like heels and I'm like, bro, my ankles hurt and I'm sitting in a computer chair watching a computer screen. You know what I mean? Like I ain't doing shit, but I'm like, oh God, my ankles. Oh man,
They're working for you.
they're working for me, you know what I mean? But I was really impressed by like even they had like a little bit of a like dance break section kind of a thing. I thought that was really nice, and like I think it's interesting to see how they like rope that into kind of, I would argue, their like identity as a group. You know what I mean? So that's really fun, really interesting. But yeah, I think the vocals are really sick. I obviously to retweet Alex, like, I love Taeyeon, but I feel like she popped off in this track, so I definitely gotta give her flowers, certainly. But yeah, the song was really fun, really inviting, but I also feel like at the same time it was just kind of like familiar. I feel like a lot of these songs right now is like, I'm like, man, I enjoy this, but like I've never heard it before, so like how am I enjoying it right now and not knowing it? It's weird. It's this weird, like, I guess like kind of like Schrodinger's cat kind of situation where it's like I've never heard any of these songs and I'm listening to them now. I'm like, I enjoy them, and I was like, but I had never listened to him before this. So it's like, you know, I opened up the box and I'm like, this is sick. I enjoy this. You know, it was a vibe. So, which is surprising because I feel like if you asked me a couple months ago, I would be like, I don't know, you know. But now I'm like, maybe I'm turning the leaf, you know. Maybe I'm turning the leaf on the K-pop, older K-pop music. Because I remember I used to
You're in
get
your
grilled.
second gen era.
Well, I used to get grilled by Alex before Therese joined about like not enjoying some of the older. You're like, I remember Alex being like, you won't like this because it's like late second gen or whatever. And I'm like, I'd listen to it and be like gritting teeth kind of thing, and I'd be like, I don't know.
It was true.
It was true, to be fair. Yeah, I'll give him the credit. It was rough.
I do
but
think
maybe I have to go back and listen to him now with fresh ears, you know? Maybe I won't have the same opinion, you know?
definitely do that, but I do think like Girls' Generation hits a spot that like they're second gen, but they could be in any gen. Like their music ages very well. So
It's
Yeah.
acquired taste. Sheep's comment was great. Young grasshopper is finally ready for second.
But I think like to kind of elaborate for Brennan's example, I think we early on listened to Bubble Pop,
We did listen to Bubble Pop.
by
Yeah.
Hyuna, and Brennan did not like it.
I did not like
And I
it.
think
no.
that makes sense because there was no foundation to it. But Bubble Pop, I think, is like a song that isn't on the same level of like foundation. I think is like most of these Girls' Generation songs, but I think you would get it more now. Why
Oh,
Bubble
for
Pop
sure,
was
yeah.
like successful,
Yeah.
or like why it was like renowned.
Like I don't hate myself for having that opinion about it because I feel like obviously it was in the moment. What, you know, having very minimal knowledge of K-pop, it's like, I mean, for sure. Like I feel like if someone came up to me on the street and was like, you need to listen to this song, and they put that song on and I had not heard of K-pop, I'd be like, what's wrong? You know what I mean? Like, but now knowing like listening to a lot of different groups and just kind of widening the base a little bit, it's like I appreciate these groups that, you know, had started out early on, because again, we wouldn't have the groups or like the sounds or certain things that, you know, make K-pop, you know. So I gotta give them their respect now, and I feel like I appreciate these songs that much more because it's like, okay, like I understand where they're coming from. So it's really cool.
It's also important to note that a lot of these songs were written by people that are still writing songs in
Sure,
K-pop.
yeah, oh yeah.
So it makes sense why everything's so foundational.
Yeah, I think it's just a good building block.
Oh.
Like, you know, Alex said, it's good building blocks, and I think they're, you know, obviously, we probably couldn't even name all of the groups that were probably influenced by Girls' Generation. You know what I mean? So like,
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And I think to kind of piggyback on what Therese just mentioned, it's like a lot of these producers are still either still producing for groups, or the people that worked under them are the current producers in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So I think that's like part of it too. It's not only like influence from the group, but it's influence on the production side as well.
Yeah, they're passing off the info, you know, they're passing off the knowledge, you know. So really, really cool. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next one here, which is going to be and then Youthful Eagle says, yeah, the producers of this song still produce for groups like aespa, LE SSERAFIM, TXT, etc. So, yeah. Big ups to their producers.
SM, a lot of companies, but for SM especially, I think they have a history of using a lot of in-house production teams. So I imagine, I don't know all the production details of Girls' Generation stuff, but I know that it probably is a lot of the same in-house people that have been producing for
Decades.
these core SM groups for years now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to get into O next, so let's rock with it. Okay.
처음이야 이런 내 말투 머리도 하고 화장도 했는데 왜 너무 모르니 두근두근 가슴이 떨려와요 자꾸 상상만 하는걸요 어떻게 하나 그땐 어떤 내가 말하고 싶어 수줍음이 제발 웃지 마요 진심이니 놀리지도 말아요 또 바보 같은 말뿐이야 전에 알던 내가 아닌 brand new sound 새로워진 나와 함께 one more round dance 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 till we run this town 오빠 어디 down 오빠 잠깐만 들어봐 자꾸만 얘기는 말고 동생으로만 생각하지 마라 1년 뒤면 후회할걸 몰라 내 맘을 전혀 몰라 눈치 없게 장난만 치는 걸로 어떻게 하나 이처럼 난 살아나 들어봐 정말 수줍음이 제발 웃지 마요 진심이니 놀리지도 말아요 또 그러면 나 울지도 몰라 전에 알던 내가 아닌 brand new sound 뭔가 다른 오늘만은 뜨거운 down 미루지마 화나는 now 오빠 이대로는 no tell me boy
Oh God.
Oh, drama. Okay, now are we getting into previews?
I like that they're setting up already. They're like, "Let's go. We're gonna do it. All right."
How does this tie into Kwangya?
Yeah. How did?
Oh,
Oh, God.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is girls' generations. Oh, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to. We don't want to get into that. That's gonna stir up controversy, Alex. You know, poking at the bear. Love to see it. I guess I'll go first. I love this sugary song. You know, I can't help but just really enjoy the O's and the ahs. You know,
Yes.
I feel like I'm gonna get. All of those melodic choices are gonna get stuck in my head. I feel like I would love to be a fly on the wall on SM's production team and be like, listen, we need you to just hit them with the O's and the ahs, and we're gonna make it work. You know, we're gonna cook, and that's what they did. You know, and so I love that. I also appreciate the fact that actually the synth in the back actually matches up with some of the O's and the ahs too, so it adds that sort of depth, which is really interesting, and I didn't really pick up on that until the last chorus, and I was like, that's why it sounds familiar, is because they're literally using the same musical motif in the synth part, which is really neat. As well as that, it's just fun. I mean, I also got to point out the choreo. Some of the choreo is so well put together. I love how they broke it off into some units and stuff, which was really interesting, in the music video portion of it. And just it just seemed fun. Overall, it's just I couldn't help but just bob my head and just have a grin on my face and just really enjoy it. Which I feel like Girls' Generation does super well. but yeah, this was very very fun, very light, but also very like sugary bubblegummy, and I feel like if you can't expect much more, much less from them. You know what I mean? So I love this song. This was a great one. So O's up there on my list now.
Yeah, this is another really good onomatopoeia song. More onomatopoeia songs. Thank you, second gen. But I think they used the space really well in here.
Oh yeah.
As you were saying, with like all the synths, all the beats, all of the little, how do I describe it? Like it would sound like they'd be ad libs, but I know it's just what's the written track. um I feel like this had such a heavy like high school concept that I couldn't help but equate this or some of their songs to like a high school musical production, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying they're literally so good that they could be like their own musical or like Broadway
Okay.
show.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to get at. But if this was in High School Musical or some other high school Broadway show, it would be my favorite song. Because it's just so
my
fun.
God.
And they play around with it so much.
To be fair, that sounds better than what I was gonna say.
Oh.
Oh,
Which it also isn't a bad thing, but this sounds like a song that would like that could have been like if I was into K-pop would have been like my MySpace profile song.
oh my God. Yeah, see, all of these things should have positive connotations, but
It's
Yeah, which
They should.
which is a compliment, by the way.
I say it with all the
Yes.
love in my heart. Yeah.
but it does make me cringe a lot. I feel like that's just the time.
Yeah,
2010s. It's time to cringe.
I think I
Um,
think enough people watching this with us were around for MySpace. I don't
Yeah,
think we sound that old.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't
Oh,
seem out of
I
place.
don't know.
It just like
Uh,
lines up with that like style of music where it's like really it's like a little over the top and cheesy, and it's really like
Mhm.
bright like synth electronic music, and it's just like it every time I hear that kind of stuff all as like a cohesive song, it just takes me back to that era where it was like those kinds of like I don't know, like EDM pop punk kind of like people doing that in like that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
MySpace
Yeah,
early
I got
or
you,
you know
yeah.
like late 2000s early 2010s like Warped Tour vibe. It's like almost there, but it's like a little distinct, a little off.
Citizen said, "Oh, playing over sparkly clip art gifs." Yeah, yeah. Like this is a ringtone that I would have to buy off of those magazine clippings where you have to like text the number to get and pay it $2 to get the ringtone.
Oh,
Like the lyrics to O, just a bunch of O's as my AIM away message.
Oh my God.
Wow, we are getting
Oh,
We're getting to
yeah,
the
we
weeds
are.
tonight.
We are in a different era.
we're in a different
tonight.
era tonight. I should have dressed as if I was in, like the high school the era. We did have Alex and I did have an emo night, so we did dress up as if we dressed up in the olden days, ye olden
Oh
days.
my gosh.
Which was nothing that
Which is
wasn't
out of-
already in my closet.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's stuff that we've already worn already. Yeah,
There's
crazy,
stuff that I wish I kept because it started coming back in style like a few years ago.
That's true.
Damn.
It's all right.
Rip.
Let us know your best MySpace moment. No, I'm kidding.
Let us know what
Yeah,
your
where does this
MySpace
song take you?
Yeah, let us know what your MySpace profile song was.
I feel like this is the only time we could get away with, well, not get away with it, because we could get away with it in any stream, but I feel like this is the most appropriate stream to talk about this on, where I feel like if we talked about this on like Stray Kids, like all the Zoomers
Oh my
would
God.
be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, I immediately feel old now.
The Girls' Generation stream is the only one where we can ask the audience how their kids are doing.
Legit.
Oh my God. Oh.
Legit.
Yeah, that's very true. You're right. Anyway, Very cool. Yeah, you folk nailed it. Zoomers be like, "What's MySpace?"
No, they know what MySpace is. If you go back to AIM though.
I don't know. I feel like Zoomers might not know what MySpace is. When I call it,
I know quite a few Zoomers. They know they know MySpace. Mostly from memes, I guess.
It's about
I
to
was
come
gonna say,
back
I
in
mean-
style.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't go against a MySpace reboot.
Eh.
Next concept, New Jeans is bringing back MySpace.
They probably
next
will.
mini album. So
If they mix a song with the dial-up tone, it's over.
She was called. I don't have kids, but I still feel called out.
Because yeah. New space.
New space. Yeah. Oh my god.
God, I see it already.
New Gene space.
My kids just been there.
You got.
Hey,
man.
congrats.
Congrats. Yeah. Shout outs. Anyway.
Congrats on feeding them.
Oh my god! I know that didn't seem
move on.
I know that didn't seem sarcastic, but man, did that feel sarcastic? You're like,
I know how hard
congrats,
it
you
is
fed kids.
so-
Cool, good for you.
No, I know how hard it is to feed
Like a
kids,
bird,
so-
you're like a bird feed. Here's some bird feed for like some little like breadcrumbs. Fucking
Oh my
throws it.
God.
Oh my god.
No, my
Anyway.
coworkers talk about like their kids' picky spells all the time. Like, we just got him to eat French fries. I'm like, what kind of world is this where you can't get a kid to eat French fries?
Either way, we're gonna we went
Yeah,
far
anyway.
off into the ravine somewhere, but either way, we're gonna get into "Run Devil Run," which is the next song. So let's get into it.
Oh, the floppy disk.
No rice. Oh, I'm hurt.
똑바로 해. 난 정말 bad boy. 사랑보단 호기심뿐. 그동안 난 너 때문에 깜빡 속았어 넘어간 거야. 넌 재미없어 매너 없어. 넌 devil devil 네 핸드폰 수많은 남자 한 글자만 바꾼 여자 내 코까지 역겨운 perfume 누구 건지 설명해봐 넌 나는 누구 만나는 끔찍한 두 벌을 못 고쳤니 두 아파도 손바닥 아닌걸 You better run 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 더는 못 바꿔도 찾을래 You better run 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 날 붙잡아도 관심 거둘래 더 멋진 내가 되는 날 갚아주겠어 잊지 마 You better run 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 약 걸렸어 약 걸렸어 Run devil devil run run 내 곁에서 살며시 흘길 다른 여자를 꼭 훑어봐 나 없을 땐 넌 super playboy 고개 들어 대답해봐 넌 재미없어 매너 없어 넌 devil devil 넌 You better run 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 더는 못 바꿔도 찾을래 You better run 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 날 붙잡아도 관심 거둘래 더 멋진 내가 되는 날
All right. That was Girls' Generation Run Devil Run. Very cool. If you're joining us now, you missed out on a couple. You know, it's all right. I'll only
Someone
be a little
mentioned it in
upset.
the comments that Run Double Run was supposed to be a Kesha song. I tried looking into that because I remember hearing that. I think she just recorded the guide for it, like the demo. I don't know if it was supposed to be a Kesha song, but she did record a demo and it got leaked. So
Wow. Huh.
yeah.
I think that would make sense. I think she
Yeah.
worked on a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought?
True. I like this. I know that this is a little. I don't want to say like controversial, but maybe like divisive song for people.
Hmm.
'Cause I think someone was Asian Boy Rider was talking about it. Little bit of a concept change, I guess, right? Like,
Mhm.
not super.
I mean, they were like up against each other at the end of that last music video, so
yeah,
it wasn't out of the
right.
blue.
Was it on the same release though, or was it a teaser for the next release? I'm not really sure.
Let us know.
I guess if you saw the music video prior, it wouldn't be that much of a shock. But I guess sonically, it's pretty different. But it's not. I don't think it was entirely like out of the blue
Hmm.
feeling, at least. Like, I don't think it's as hard of a pivot as like CLC's concept pivot.
Ooh, yeah.
For
It looks like this is a repackage of O.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I like this. I think this is like a good, like it feels like a comfortable medium where it's like it's not too bubbly and it's not too like in your face bubblegum sugary K-pop, but it's not like it's a dark concept or anything. It's,
No.
you know, not to like compare the two, but like when CLC switched up and dropped Hobgoblin, I feel like that was like a 180 and it was really like smacking in the face kind of
Sure. Agreed. Yeah.
concept flip. This just feels like a pivot rather than like a full 180, which I think like it feels pretty natural to me. I really liked it. I thought that the vocals were really nice. I thought that the concepting and like the outfits and everything seemed way more mature. You only had really like two sets. That the white set with the glaring lights really was a little much, a little a little too bright, a little too hard to look at. But the black set with just like the white lights in the back, I thought that was really nice. I thought it was like a simple, definitely like a pretty, as far as K-pop music videos go, a pretty simple and cheap, I'm assuming, to put together music video. But I think it was effective at what they were trying to do with like a little bit of a more mature sound and concept. Yeah, I really liked it. I don't know who was doing vocals right before. Taeyeon had some ad libs at the end, like right at that like last kind of like pop off. I heard that there was somebody else doing vocals, I guess, in that like right before that in like that bridge section. I cannot
Oh, yeah.
could not tell you who it is, but her voice sounded amazing.
I was also going to point her out because and as soon as she sang, I lost her because I was like, the girl with the stick straight hair. And then there were like six other girls with stick
I was like looking
hair.
at someone. I was looking at someone whose vocals I really liked, and I was like, okay, just remember the girl with the chain. And then it pans to like four other girls, and they all have chains. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to point out a comment that Asian Boy said with the Run Devil Run, or was divisive. I feel like groups didn't change concept like this back then. A portion felt betrayed that they moved away from bubblegum. And I can understand that. Like, this is something that we're used to with a pattern that has been developed. And at the time, like, you weren't seeing 21 doing a bunch of bubblegum concepts. So I guess I can see that side of it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I like the song to a limit. And that's like a hard limit because of the electronic instruments used. If they remastered this song and re-recorded it with live instruments, I feel like it'd be 10 times better.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
I'd get so into the brass. I'd get so into the all the little like nuances that I was trying to listen to, but I couldn't really hear because they were just like sampled portions.
Mhm.
Sohyun, maybe the vocal. Whoever was singing right before Taeyeon popped off at the end. I clocked her too. Um, but yeah, I like the song to a limit. I think it fits with, you know, we were previously in middle school era for me, and now we're in high school era. That's kind of
The glow up.
yeah, that's kind of the millennial transition I'm going through. So it, yeah, I agree that it doesn't feel super dark in sound, but with the music video concept, with it being a lot heavier than their previous stuff, um, I can see why people were betrayed, I guess. But it's a lot more common now that groups just hop around concepts and change every
Oh
other
yeah.
month, it feels like. um, a run of dated synths coming up. Oh, but yeah, I understand why they were using it at the time. It made sense. I like the arrangement of the song enough to get into it, so I would. Maybe they already have. I know SM has their like orchestra covers of songs, so
Oh,
maybe I should look up if they ever did one for this.
interesting.
Sohyun. Okay. Yeah, good voice.
All right. Well, I'll get into my thoughts. I loved this song. I think this was one of the ones I enjoyed the most so far. I will say, like, instrumentation wise, it was probably like, I'm not gonna dock it points because it's from a specific era, and obviously, like, if you had a song that you could like modernize, I'm sure they would do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably songs that I can think of that I'm like, man, I love this, but like the production and stuff is dog shit, you know? So like if it sounded great, you know, if they revamped or remastered or remixed it or whatever, then I probably would enjoy it. I would definitely agree with Therese's sentiment on that as well. But I think that the melodies really stuck out in this track. Like there's some really great like tonal melodies going on here. There was like a little bit of rapping, which surprised me. I know Alex kind of prefaced that a little bit to me that like girls' generations rapping is like girls' generations rapping, and now it didn't make sense when he first said it to me, but now I'm like, nah, he's cooking. I got what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like that, now I understand. Well, so that was interesting to hear. I like that. I wanted to point that out. But as well as that, the two memories I think I really enjoyed vocally in terms of this song were the ones with like they had like bangs. I have it up on the screen here, so maybe we can. I don't know
I
who.
see 3 girls with bangs on the
Fuck!
screen right now.
Though I guess
Well,
I would assume it's probably the one in. It was one of those three for sure. I can't.
well,
Just give
We
me the
narrowed it
names.
down.
that's Taeyeon,
In the middle, in
Yeah.
the
front and
front.
center.
Okay,
Yes, and the girl that we were talking about, Therese, was Sohyun,
which is
and
what,
the
to the
other
right.
the other one that I noticed was Jessica, who had the like highlighted hair in this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, Xiaoyun is to the left. Okay. Who is to the right? In the back. I'll try to have to find out. Either way, I liked all three of those. Whoever, it looks like it's Xiaoyun, Taeyun, and Suyong. Oh no, Jessica. Yuna? Okay, I don't know. Well, either way, they were all great. Shout outs to them. They crushed it in this song.
It looks
specific.
like that's Yuna.
Okay,
back
it's Yuna. Okay, back right. All right, cool. They were those three were my favorite three of the vocalists. So in this specific song, so yeah, those were great. So I wanted to give them a shout. But yeah, overall, this this is very, very fun. I think I can definitely, as the chat and as you guys have mentioned, like I can hear the like Kesha, like I could see this being a Kesha song. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm glad it did
fits
go
that
to
era.
It does fit that era, but I'm glad it did go to Girls' Generation because I really enjoyed the song a lot. So, yeah, this one was a good one. So big salutes. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. I was gonna change scenes, but we're already here. So, yeah.
Gotta say, I was expecting for like not really having a Girls' Generation bias really much like before this. The person I was looking forward to the most was Yuna because
Really? Oh.
I don't really know much about any of them except for like I'm pretty familiar with Taeyeon because of her solo stuff,
Sure,
and I'm
yeah.
pretty familiar with Hyoyeon because she has her solo like DJ thing and her music.
Yeah.
But when I
true.
listened to Forever One, which is their most recent
Oh yeah.
comeback mini album thing, they had like a bunch of behind the scenes recording stuff, and I watched like lyric videos and everything for them, and I didn't know that Yuno was like, I know that Yuno is a rapper, but I guess I hadn't been familiar with enough stuff to know like her rapping style or really have her ever stick out as a rapper for me until I heard the B-side Villain off of their most recent mini album, which made me really, really like Yuna a lot. So I've kind of been on the lookout for Yuna going back and watching their old stuff because I sort of am like leaning towards wanting her to be my bias because of the influence that she's had on me since the Forever One mini album came out.
There you go. That's awesome.
Just wanted to get that out there.
Hey, my boy Ernesto's in the chat. What's going on, bud? Love you, dude. Very sick.
Can't wait until we talk about the most recent album.
Yeah, that's
Same.
coming.
I
That's coming
got
around.
thoughts.
I want to listen to the whole thing when we get there.
The whole
Ooh.
thing. Oh, okay.
It's not a full album.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, how many sessions we doing, bro? Love to see it. But either way, we are going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Hoot. So I know people were asking about it in chat, so I feel like we couldn't be remiss to leave this one off, I'm sure. So let's get into Hoot. .007 vibes.
It's like a famous actor, right?
It's the guy from Super
feel like
Junior, they
15
say.
Oh. Got it.
Hey, Ernesto. Thank you. In his
Ooh.
눈 깜빡할 사이 넌 또 check it out 지나가는 여자들 그만 좀 봐 아닌 척 못 들은 척 가시 박힌 코웃음 이상해 조금만 말 같은 사람은 어때 무뚝뚝한 말투 너무 아파 나 이런 게 익숙해져 가는 건 정말 싫어 속상해 큐피트가 아니야 말이야 내 마음은 가고 있고 이제 내가 맞서줄게 너는 trouble trouble 나를 노렸어 나는 슈슈슈 나는 후후후 기다린 네 말에 나 상처 입고 또 다시 좀 두 번째 나 역시 trouble 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 나는 슈슈슈 물 속에서 들려는 바람개 내가 만든 설컴 너는 깍지게 묻지 않는 말에 대답만 또해 그래도 난 너처럼 화살은 안 쏠게 가고 있고 이제 맞서줄게 trouble 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 나를 노렸어 나는 슈슈슈 나는 후후후 기다린 네 말에 상처 입고 다시 좀 두 번째 chance 넌 역시 trouble 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 노렸어 너는 슈슈슈 나는 후후후
Oh, we get a little more.
Where are they?
Eh,
Are they stuck in the walls?
no.
Oh my god.
That
Are
gave
we
me
going to
nothing.
Kwangya now?
That gave me no information.
Are
All
they
right,
in
good.
Kwangya?
All right, guys, that was
Now
Girls'
I'm on.
Generation Hoot. I don't know why I
Oh
said
my
it like
God.
that. I apologize. I guess I'll go first. You know, I thought this one was very interesting. The instrumentation of this song and like writing style was very unique. You know, and this one definitely. Again, we haven't gotten into the latter half, so I don't want to bite my tongue on this because I have a tendency to bite my tongue on certain things. So I'm just gonna leave it very vague. But this one is definitely an interesting one in their catalog. I can't imagine it. I can imagine there might be some other interesting songs, but in terms of the first half of Girls' Generation, this one has been the more interesting of the ones that I've listened to tonight. I like that really kind of like interesting, like surf rock kind of like guitar. It's got like this really cool like tremolo like reverb
Yeah.
effect on it, which I thought was nice. It kind of matches up again with their very like 007 type like spy movie theme that they have going on. So I do like the trope of that. That is really sick, and I think it obviously adds character to the track. I feel like Youthful Eagle stole my comment, which is Taehyun just flexing on this song. Like, you know, obviously, I feel like I can pick her out pretty instinctually just because I've listened to Taehyun's like solo stuff more currently, so I know how, you know, talented she is as a vocalist, and you can obviously hear that throughout this entire song. But yeah, the phrasing of it was really interesting. I think I would have to give this one a little bit more listens. Like, I definitely enjoy it, but there are some things that I'm curious to pick out more of as I go to listen to it again. Because I think that this song, comparatively to some of the other songs, I think they like the production is like completely different. So there are some things that I would like to pick out a little bit more and dissect just a smidge more that I think I wasn't really able to get on first pass. So, but yeah, this was a great song from Girls' Generation. I really enjoyed this one.
I feel like I was just talking with my coworkers about the weird slew of heist movies that was going on around this time period. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like all of a sudden there were a ton of heist movies.
They're like in the world, yeah.
Yeah, or like spy movies, or like very. It was a very specific type of mysterious vibe movie.
That's fair, yeah.
Like
yeah.
Noir type
Yes.
films, yeah.
crime.
Yeah,
that-
yeah, and I feel like this slides in with that niche that niche period of time that I was like, oh man, I want to watch all of the noir movies, all the spy heist movies. And I don't know if it's that or if it is like the actual song itself that makes this probably my favorite not bubblegum Girls' Generation that we've heard.
Interesting.
I can't say my favorite Girls' Generation because they're like G exists and
I was
Into
gonna
the New
say,
World exists and
Into the New
like
World, yeah.
I don't ask me to pick a favorite, but this is my favorite not bubblegum so far.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I really like the arrangement, the instrumentation of it. It's definitely a lot more real than the Kesha song we heard before, but it's got a lot of really good twists and turns, kind of like a good mysterious vibe they're trying to put on. So interesting stuff. I'm still very curious what was going on with Super
music
Junior
video.
sneaking around and the girls dancing in the walls, and I don't really know
The walls have
what
eyes.
was going on. But I get it. I got everything I needed to from a music video.
I will also point out I really love the bridge of this track. The bridge was chef's kiss. That was great. Alex, your thoughts?
This one was interesting to me. I don't think I've heard this before, actually.
Really?
Or if I have, I don't really remember it.
Fair enough.
It's instrumentation's really interesting. It's like you said, it has that surf rocky kind of guitar where it has like a little bit of like a tremolo style guitar, but it also has like big band style music for the rest of it, which is a really odd combo, and it somehow works, but I can't figure out why. And it also has so much noise in it. Like, this is such a noisy song. Like, there are a lot of random, and it took me a while to pick up, but I started just like closing my eyes and just listening for them. There's so many weird like beeps and boops going on in the background, and like weird whistle slides and like transitional noises that do not make sense, but they're just there. And it was really fun to listen to, I think, like with all that random added stuff. I thought the song was pretty cool. It's not one I think I would go back and listen to as much as some of their others, but
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think it makes sense conceptually with like where they were with Run Devil Run. This kind of makes more sense, or this feels like a natural progression to me. Like, you know, it's not like they didn't go straight back to G, or they didn't like, you know, dive into some sort of like hip hop concept. I feel like it feels pretty normal. There were some vocals that I wanted to point out, but I'm like kind of actively scrubbing through and trying to figure out who's who. So I don't know if I can do that. But the vocals were good.
Solid vocals.
And if I figure that out before we stop talking about the song, I'll mention him.
The styling was really cool too.
The styling was cool, yeah.
Also, those like silver spacesuits were
were
intense.
I love them. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted.
These like silver spacesuits in stilettos.
Yeah.
As a hard fit, you know. I respect it.
Rondo's comment.
I also think it's hilarious. Yeah, I was gonna point out their comment. And same with Youthful Eagle. They just like, what is Siwon doing?
What's Siwon doing?
Yeah, what are they doing? And then it says, I think SM locked him in this set, and he was just wandering around trying to find a way out. I feel like that's.
I realized what I knew his face from was there was a drama he did with GOT7's Jin Young called The Devil something. The Devil's Judge or something. Similar vibes to this music video. Very mysterious and like strange, I guess.
Oh my god. That's great. Yeah,
the Devil Judge. Yeah.
Very cool.
That was cool.
Hang on, I gotta find a comment real quick.
Also, Shoop's comment was great. Random cowboy Yen.
Yeah, what was the cowboy doing? And why are they in the walls? I can't get past this. I'm like,
You really are gonna be struggling.
I thought they were in an elevator at first, but then I was like, wait, no.
If someone is a like breakdown commentary type person that understands
Whoever worked
the
on this music video, let me
us know in the comments of this YouTube video.
Oh, Walcott asked me my thoughts on "You Better Run" off of their newest album. I love that song.
Oh,
For the chaos that it ensues, it is a psychotic song. I think it, but if there's like one thing I love about music, usually it's like the more chaotic, the better.
I was gonna say.
So I think that it's like a perfect song for me.
I was gonna say, man, I was gonna say, you come around here a lot, Walcott. You gotta let. I mean, I feel like you should know Alex's, preferences now at this point.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking when we get to like the end of the Girls' Generation stuff, I probably want to listen to that album here because I think it is so
It's a good end cap.
interesting. Yeah,
It's
it is.
interesting. Interesting is the word. I'd be down to listen.
And like, in my opinion, it's like one of my favorite albums to come out that year.
Wow.
But I think that speaks to like what I like.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's like I think it might be a good way to cap their like Girls' Generation music, and then we can get into solos, whatnot, all that kind of stuff. But it's I think it'll be a fun listen.
Yeah, I feel like as newly indoctrine, you're gonna throw me in the deep end of the pool. So I respect that. I mean, we're already in the kiddie pool now, so I gotta migrate up. All right, cool. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but we're on to the last one here for part 1. So if you like this, let us know. But the next one we're gonna be closing it off with is The Boys. So
Can I preface with a hot
go
take?
on ahead, preface, shoot your shot.
This is my favorite song we're listening to tonight.
Ooh.
Which I know is like probably a crazy take.
Well, after everything you said.
Yeah, I was gonna say after you really set it up. Yeah.
Now I know what to expect.
All right. Therese, have you heard this one or no?
I'm sure I have, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
You
this
have.
will be a fresh. Yeah.
All right. Well, Therese and I are in for a world of interesting. So let's get into it.
Now we're in Kwangya. I get it.
No, stop, Therese.
Connected the dots.
Oh god. Oh, that's cool.
The boys.
겁이 나서 시작조차 안 해봤다면 그댄 투덜대지 마라 좀 주저하면 기회는 모두 너를 비켜가 가슴 펴고 나와 봐라 좀 Bring the boys out
Okay.
Bring the boys out Bring the boys out 술리 맞춰 사는 것난 길드가 좁아가니 괜찮니 담담한 세상이 그댈 주눅들게 만드니 the boys out. Girls, bring the boys out. I wanna dance right now. 내가 이끌어줄게, come out. 세상 남자들이여 난 number one. 지혜를 준 아테나, check this out. 즐겨봐라 도전의 설렘. 이미 모두 가진 세상의 남자. 그대로 쭉 가는 거야 Kpop. Girls generation, we don't stop. But bring the boys out. 막혀버렸던 미래가 안 보였던 미래가 내 눈앞에 펼쳐져. 점점 더 완벽한 네 모습에 마치 난 빨려들 것 같아. My heart Just bring the boys out. 주저하면 기회는 모두 너를 비켜가. 가슴하고 나와 빠져. Cause the girls bring the boys out. 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 Girls generation make 'em feel the heat. 전 세계가 우리 주목해. But bring the boys out. 세상을 이끈 남자 멋진 여자들 여기 모여라. You know the girls. Bring the boys out.
Gotta get the dove flying at the end. It's an iconic moment, you know. All right, I feel like that's a good one to end on here. Good frame to stop. All right, cool. That's the boys. Girls a
I am
generation.
fully on Alex's side.
Welcome.
I didn't.
You're
I
welcome
didn't
over
realize.
here. You're welcome here.
I didn't realize what I was about to listen to but as soon as I heard that intro, it was like grabbing me by the neck and holding on to me the whole song.
This song
And-
is such a roller coaster ride.
Yes. And I don't even remember what the context was where I first heard this, because I was really trying to listen objectively. But there's so much like it must have been whatever reference someone made that was like, this sounds like Girls' Generation, The Boys, and I went to listen to it. I was like, oh yeah, this is my jam, because it is my jam. And I think the biggest consistency I've noticed in the Girls' Generation videos is one, full ensemble singing. I love full ensemble singing.
You know.
Two, the most iconic intros to songs, because as soon as a song comes on, I know exactly where we are.
Yep.
But yeah, if I were to listen to this objectively, not knowing anything about Girls' Generation, not ever listening to K-pop, I think I might think this was trash, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
You had me.
And
We went from up to down to back. Now
Well-
we're like somewhere in the middle here.
it's so hard to explain. Like,
That's fair. I'll probably explain it pretty well when my time comes.
yeah, yeah, I feel like I can't pinpoint what I like about this song, and I can't pinpoint what I wouldn't like about this song simultaneously.
You're Alex. This is Alex's.
This song. Well, me and Therese are having the same shared single brain cell right now, because this is like the kind of song where I also can't tell you like a specific part of the song that I like. It's just like the song is like one of those like amusement park rides, you know, where like the rides where they bring you up to the top and they just drop you
Yeah,
to the bottom.
yeah, that's
but
what
it feels
this-
like it doesn't stop dropping you until the end of the song.
Yes,
Like
that is the perfect way to describe.
like the drop is
Oh my God.
5 minutes and 19 seconds long.
This is a 5-minute video. It's felt short.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But they had a long intro, I guess.
They had
but
a long intro.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, and I can tell you what I liked the most was the ending, when of course like they're all popping off and
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
like harmonizing. Oh my god, so
Yeah.
good. Top
So-
tier vocals.
Like some point outs for me are one, like the performance aspect of the song is really crazy. The vocals are absolutely nuts. Like the vocal harmonies are crazy.
Yeah.
And the
I agree.
use and the thing that they do with like utilizing the autotune vocals to add it as like a background harmony, almost like an instrument, but it still is vocals, is really cool. I think that is used a lot like in modern K-pop. where they kind of like use the vocals more as like a bass, like a not a bass instrument, but like a bass level instrumentation.
Yeah, bass. Yeah.
To use like harmonies.
Like a bass line.
In and like normal stuff and stuff now. So I feel like the song just does so much in like a chaotic sense, but there's nothing I can point out that's like bad about it. So I don't know. I mean, I like all the vocals are great. Hyoyeon has a great rap part. They have that like kind of, I wouldn't call it a dance break maybe, but that kind of like section where it's sort of like a dance. They do that drop thing, and they sort of have like that kind of
marching band kind of like yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a part switch up, instrumental change. I don't know, and the song just has such an interesting vibe to it, where it's like almost a little bit like drilly.
Yeah,
at some parts. Where
agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
Which is such a unique kind of vibe to get from a song, especially this era. But I think it makes it does a lot in helping with like the whole performance aspect. And I've seen so many groups. Someone pointed out in chat like Kepler did a cover of this in Queendom. Season 2, I think that was like really, really good. And I think that well, I thought it was really good, but I think that goes to show like that this song is just a good performance song. Not that Kepler isn't talented or anything, but I think that this song just makes for such a good performance. I think that, you know, any group could kind of like do a performance of the song and it would come off as high energy and fun and chaotic because it's that kind of song at like a base level. You know what I mean?
It definitely does sound more dated than it is, if that makes sense. Like the songs previous to this didn't sound as dated as this one does, but I don't think that's like bad, especially now. Like at this point, who cares if it's 2011 or 2007?
Fair enough, yeah.
So I don't know why that is, but
2011, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so my thoughts on it was at first I wasn't on board. And I was like, I don't know about this one. I don't know. And then about halfway through the song, it's all the gears started to click, and I was like, no, I think I might like this song. This song's doing it for me. And then by the end of it, I was like, this is sick. This is really cool. Like I can understand why Alex likes this song, but at first I was like, it was a little jarring, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I think that obviously is the point, you know, to some degree. I feel like they wanted to have something that is like a little bit like off the beaten path, which I appreciate, you know, because given their previous material, I feel like their other songs were a little bit more safe, I guess. And that's not to say that the songs prior to this I didn't like or didn't enjoy, but this one I feel like they wanted to kind of draw a line in the sand and be like, listen, we're going to do something different. You're going to have people that love this song and you're going to probably have people that hate this song. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there is someone that is like so in the middle, like where they're like, I could take it or leave it kind of a thing, you know?
So, but like, not to interrupt, but I don't know anyone who hates this song though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like I feel like this song is like I think you're on to the right thing. Like I think this is a crazy song and it's jarring, but I think after people have heard it a couple of times, like I don't know anybody who doesn't like the song.
Maybe it's me.
No, I don't think it's. I understand what you're saying. I just think that this song has like a weird life of its own, where it's like everybody likes it, but no one really knows why.
And that's kind of the basis of a lot of the experimental SM stuff we hear.
Sure,
yeah,
it's like
sure.
they're honestly like capitalizing off of something like this, where they're like, you know, we did that one crazy thing and everyone was into it, so let's keep doing it.
There's one niche thing that we did one time, but we're gonna do it again. You know?
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works, you know. I mean, to me, it's like there's definitely some moments where, like again, the first half of the song, it was like, I think it has a good way of like warming you up to the song in a like very direct way, where it's like you jump right in and it's gonna like it lets you know like this is what it's gonna be to some degree. But
They're
then
gonna
like
bring the heat.
they're gonna bring the heat, right? And then like as the song kind of continues on, I feel like it does become like it doesn't like as the song goes on, it doesn't feel as jarring. I feel like as the time progresses, like as you're listening through this song, because this is a 5-minute long music video, so like I do feel like by like the halfway point, I mean you're either gonna know if whether like you're gonna feel that inherent like mind click of being like I enjoy this. I don't know why I enjoy it, but I know I enjoy it. And then by the end of it, like all the vocal pop-offs, I was just like, let's go. You know what I mean? I think it kind of again, to kind of build off of what Alex's metaphor was with the the rise and fall. I do feel like it's kind of again a little bit of a roller coaster. You're starting to build off to that top point, and then they kind of just like throw you downhill a little bit, and then obviously keep that sort of same momentum and stuff like that. So. It was interesting to kind of hear this. I would probably agree with what Youthful said in the chat, which was like the song will like you'll start to enjoy it more and more. And I feel like when I first listened to it just moments ago, I'm like, I don't know, like I wasn't sure about it at first, but now I feel like if I go back and listen to it again a couple more times, I'll probably have more of a better opinion on it at least. But as well as that, I feel like I probably will enjoy it more just because it's like this feels like it is stuck out in terms of the other songs that they've released. Like you can specifically know what part of Girls' Generation you're in, and they made it very clear that they're doing something different. So I like that. I think it's cool. I think it ends on a really unique note, at least for this part, where now I'm going to be going through this stuff and then to most current releases and see like how much things change, how much they evolve, and how I guess how risky they get, because Youthful gave a little comment saying that there is some craziness in store in the future. So I'm sure this is
I mean,
not the only
we
time.
did react to aespa, which I feel like
We did react to Ezra, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good like I feel like we dove in too early for you specifically, but I think it also gave you the knowledge to take on Girls' Generation now.
It's like God, it's like that meme that like the one kid that's like drowning in the pool, and then like the other, that's me. That was me. And then like Esba and Girls' Generations are the ones that are like hanging out, and I'm like like
Yeah.
help me out. No, but it wasn't. I do feel like Espa did give me a little bit of a better perspective on this. I don't feel like it's as.
But you didn't even
jarring.
know what SM meant at that time.
I didn't know.
So
Yeah,
it was
now I
hard.
do.
It was hard.
It's hard to put it in perspective. That's why again,
Yeah.
I don't want to triple down on my point, but it is cool to go listen to groups like this that have been obviously monumental to the K-pop scene, but and also to point out what Shoop said in the chat. They did bring the boys out. They made it very clear. And so I would agree. So, but yeah, thank you for joining us for part 1. If you are hanging out, thank you for joining us. If you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to join us for part 2. I don't know when we are doing part 2, because Therese wants us to do day 6. So I feel like we might. I'm pretty sure we're having day 6 week next week. So
I'm being fully selfish and and taking over the stream for another iconic group.
Yeah, a different iconic group. Yeah.
I'm very excited for the second half of Girls' Generation, though. Hopefully, we can do it the week after.
Yeah, we'll have to pencil it in for the following week. But yeah, we wanted to. I know plenty of people have been asking us to do day 6, and we feel like it's the opportune time to do day 6. So if you like them, feel free to join us. We'd love to see it. Diva Miss. Oh, I'm so sad I missed the boys. It was one of the intro songs to K-pop, but I'll definitely watch. Thank you, appreciate it. You have to give us a good long comment. There's a certain song from Girls' Generation that I can't wait. Oh God. Oh boy. If you know what song, let me know in the comments of this video. I'm curious to see what people might think. Wildcard says, really enjoyed the stream. I only watched a few of your videos, and this is my first stream. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I think I can confirm that I have similar music taste to Alex. I'll definitely make it to part 2 if I can. And Shoop said, I know one song, and I completely agree. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Well, hopefully it's on the list. But either way, thank you for joining us. If you like this, you like our content here, make sure to give us a follow. It'd be greatly appreciated. This is the best way to know when we go live and do all that sort of stuff. As well as that, if you come hang out, give us comments, you hang out, talk, do all that stuff, you do get channel points, which you can redeem for a spin on the wheel. So definitely do that. Come hang out. We love getting to know you guys. So it's always a pleasure to have people come back multiple sessions. We know who you are. So thank you for joining us. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you on the next stream. Apologies for the stream issues. We'll get it fixed for the next time. I promise. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.